Hello, landlords. Judgments. What comes up after the case is over? You have a judgment. You won the case, whether it was in justice court or it got appealed and you won again at the county court level. You've got your property back because the tenant has finally vacated, and you've got this really nice looking piece of paper that was signed by the court. It's very official. And you're thinking to yourself, is this all I get? No. You just have to know how to use that judgment in order to get the maximum result from it. And so today's video is going to be all about maximizing your return from your judgment.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been helping clients for over a decade. Now, I'm here for you. To get even more great videos, click our links to like and subscribe. Stay in touch by phone, text, email, or on our highly interactive Facebook group, Texas Landlords. And now, Ernie Talks.
You've got this piece of paper, and you've already got some really, really good information on the tenant. Assuming you have listened to me and have obtained from this tenant some valuable information, including their date of birth, their driver's license number, their social security number, and their current place of employment. So why is this information important? The tenant may not tell you where they're moving after you've evicted them. Typically, they don't want to stay in contact with you. And so don't expect them to give you a forwarding address. Even though technically they should, it's better for them to do it. But you can find them and you can continue to sue them for breach of the rest of the lease and other damages that they may cause. So they usually don't. You were smart, and before the lease was ever signed, you had that prospective tenant sign an application and give you this information, right? You verified employment, you checked, yep, that's them, from their license. You probably even did a criminal background check and a credit check based on the information they gave you. All of that then is useful once you have a judgment. Step one is to file what's called an abstract of judgment. I encourage all landlords to do this. Abstract the judgment and put the thing on their credit record. I don't encourage you to use an entire social security number, but if you use the last four, that's going to help narrow things down, especially in conjunction with a date of birth and the last 3 or 4 numbers of the Texas driver's license. This information input into your abstract of judgment helps us to narrow down. You may, for example, file your abstract of judgment and Joe decides, I want to buy a house. And naturally, a title company is going to do a search for liens. Liens cause problems. And if in the search for liens, it turns out a judgment lien exists against Joe, bag of donuts, and these are his last 4 of his social, and these are the last 4 of his driver's license, and this is his date of birth, or if he wants to obtain financing for a particular house, this is a lien he's going to want to resolve, because any lender doesn't want their collateral subject to some kind of foreclosure based on an outstanding judgment lien. You may find years down the line that Joe Bag of Donuts comes, what can I do to resolve this $4,000 lien so I can buy my house? And that's when you get your reward. If you never do this, you may just end up with a worthless piece of paper. If you happen to know that Joe owns property or multiple vehicles titled in his name in a particular county, you might also consider a writ of execution. A writ of execution can be filed in an attempt to seize that known property. If you don't know that your former tenant does definitely own this property in his or her name, I don't recommend it. But if you do, if you're certain, I know Joe owns like 5 classic cars, that's his thing, then it might be worth filing a writ of execution in the county where those cars are registered, and he'd get a call from the constable saying, hey, we located these valuable items and you've got a $4,000 judgment lien against you, we'll take this and we'll auction it and give the money to the plaintiff. Or Joe will miraculously come up with the cash to pay off the lien, and you're much happier for it. While it can be a little bit complicated, there's always people close by who can answer these kinds of questions for you. Hopefully, you don't let your judgments just sit on the shelf. At the very least, file an abstract of that judgment in hopes that at some point down the line, Joe is going to need some kind of credit, and it's going to behoove him to get rid of this judgment lien, which lasts, without you trying anything, for 10 years. 10 years it's valid, again, without you doing anything, and potentially perpetually through the life of Mr. Bag of Donuts. So if you have questions, let us know. Otherwise, happy leasing.
If you enjoyed this video, we invite you to like and subscribe. Follow our links to even more great content. We're always adding to this collection. If you have a video topic you'd like to see, comment below.